And we're off. The 2019 Old Dominion University football season is underway. Welcome to the latest edition of Wake Up with Wilder with head football coach Bobby Wilder. Coach, after months and months, you got one in the books.
Yeah, it feels good to be 1-0, Ted. You remember last year, looking back to last year, didn't get off to a good start. And that's what I told the players. They were a little disappointed after the game in the result, and really more so because of how we started. We were up 14-0, then we got Caleb's pick and had a chance to go up 21-0, and we didn't. And give Norfolk State, Latrell Scott, a lot of credit. Veteran team, they hung in there. They battled a good football game, but to come out with a win and the way we did it at the end, Ted, the touchdown drive to score and take the lead, and then our defense getting the interception. So we got the win and we handled some adversity.
You finally got some tape of Old Dominion versus someone other than Old Dominion. What jumped off the tape at you from that Norfolk State victory?
As expected, a lot of the new guys, the first time out there, competed, played hard, just a lot of mistakes, which we thought would happen going into the first game. But it really excited with the number of first-time players that got out there. 5 new starters on offense, 5 new starters on defense, all the young guys that played on special teams. And I've always felt from week 1 to week 2, you see a big jump in improvement because now they know how to do it. And that was exciting. With the effort, we can correct a lot of the mistakes that were made.
The new building, what did you think on game day? You've been there for scrimmages, but never for one that counted.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. The atmosphere was great. It felt like the fans were kind of looking around trying to get used to it. It wasn't as loud as normally it does. Now, a lot of that's us. We got to make it loud. But in terms of the venue, Ted, and the build-up to it, a great job by everybody at Old Dominion and Steve Ballard to make that happen, because as you know, that went right up to the the day of the game.
So now it's week number 2, and that means the Virginia Tech Hokies, a different feel in this third of 13 games in the series because of what happened last year. First thoughts on this game?
Yeah, well, this, as you know, Ted, it's a 13-game series, and it's 1-1 right now. Each team's won at home. We're not supposed to beat them. We're never supposed to beat them. I'm assuming we're huge underdogs again going into this one. And as I talked to our players about, for us, it's trying to improve as a team. Nobody expects us to win. If we can go in there and just hang around and make it a game, see if we can get it to the second half, and then see what happens. But our plan, we're very realistic about what we're doing. We need to keep working on this team and get this team better.
One of the interesting things, perhaps we're breaking a little news here on Wake Up with Wilder. 2 transfers from Virginia Tech, Chris Cunningham and Eric Kuma, are now Monarchs, and they participated in that win over Norfolk State, and they'll have a special role early down in Blacksburg.
Yeah, they'll both be captains this weekend, along with Lawrence Garner and Isaac Weaver, and a couple of reasons for that, Ted. Number one, they've only been here for 4 months, and they've made a huge impact on our football team. Both players, from the moment they arrived, tremendous leaders. Our players look up to them. We have so many young players, and they know Eric Kuma and Chris Cunningham. They remember the Florida State game last year on national television. Cunningham blocks the punt. Kuma recovers it for a touchdown. Kuma has a 50-yard touchdown catch where he breaks 4 tackles. And then in our game, they both played really well. In our game, Cunningham had the touchdown to tie it last year at 35 late in the game. And those guys have just been tremendous leaders. And I want to see them in the first game. And what I saw Saturday night, Ted, impressed me even more. They wanted to win. Tremendous leadership on the sideline, coaching up the younger players, and they deserve the right. And what is a special game for them? They're both graduates of Virginia Tech. Their friends are on that football team. And the other thing, Ted, that needs to be addressed is there was an article that came out and talked about a lot of the players that left there and potentially they were a big part of the problem. Well, I don't see it with these 2 guys. They love Tech. They gave Tech everything they had. They both played well down the end of the year. Kuma played with a broken hand and caught touchdown passes in the Marshall game and the bowl game. Cunningham had a touchdown in the bowl game. So for those guys to come here and do what they have done, they have helped our football team, and they're just going to keep playing better for us.
One of the missions in week 1 was to get a look at everybody. Right. At quarterback, you got to look at Stone Smart. He played well enough, and the situations warranted him staying in there. Right. What's this week's strategy when it comes to that position?
Yeah, he'll start and it'll basically be the same approach. We'll have Messiah ready to go because Messiah played well in camp, but can't say enough about the poise of Stone. He was 9 for 10 in the first half, Ted. His one incompletion was a throwaway. He ran the ball well. He rushed for 50 yards and a touchdown. Just had the one mistake. He threw the ball late. down the field deep on one occasion, which he'll learn from, but really good start for him in his first ever college game.
And lastly, Coach, the defense forced the 3 turnovers, et cetera. Your thoughts on David Blackwell's group?
I was impressed with the start, Ted. A couple glaring mistakes. We had a couple big ones that hurt us, but fewest yards allowed in a long time around here. The 3 turnovers, which were impactful. The mistakes we made, we can correct. We can get better from. But to get the number of guys who played in that game and guys that played really well for us, I'm excited with that start.
There you have it. Good luck this week.
Thanks, Ted. Appreciate it.
That's head football coach Bobby Wilder. Monarchs 1-0 headed to Blacksburg to take on the Hokies of Virginia Tech. This has been Wake Up with Wilder on Monarch Media.